Alright, so today I'm going to be showing y'all some of my favorite meals to eat while I'm cutting. Let's get into it. So, the first thing is going to look very similar to the first meal I made in my bulking video, which I know that's probably going to sound weird because I just said cutting, but you'll see. So, we're going to be making egg sandwiches. First thing is I'm going to take 2 slices of bread, throw it in the toaster. And the bread I'm using is 647 bread, and this, you have to use this specific type of bread or any other low-calorie bread because this bread is 40 calories a slice, which is one of the reasons this allows me to make it a cutting meal. Because if you remember in the other one, I was using a bagel, and that was about 280 calories, I think, something like that. And those 2 slices of bread are 80 calories itself. So you're saving literally 200 calories, like immediately. So I'm gonna get the eggs going in here, and I will cut back when like more of this is done because, as I said, like the last time I made this, it's very simple. We're just making eggs, so like I feel like y'all don't need to watch this. Catch y'all when it's done. All right, I just realized that I was putting the eggs in and realized I never went through all the ingredients. So we have the 647 bread, and I'm using wheat bread just because the store didn't have any white bread, but normally I get the 647 white bread, both 40 calories. Aren't really any different, so that's that. We got eggs, got 3 eggs in the pan. We have our olive oil spray that, if you remember the bulking video, I literally use all the time. This is like the greatest thing ever. I have Country Crock light spreadable butter. I go with light because it's a little lower calorie. And then we got some American cheese. So that's the ingredients. I will catch y'all when this is done. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it's done. I'm gonna throw the macros at the bottom. And if you're wondering why this is like decently high calorie, I feel like for a breakfast, it's because I have to eat a lot even while I'm cutting. I just burn a lot of calories. So I need to eat more even while I'm losing weight. So I don't lose weight too fast and I can maintain the muscle mass. But if you did want a low calorie alternative to something like this, you could do like scrambled eggs with egg whites. That'll be high protein, low calorie. And if you wanted to throw some like toast in with that, you can still get that well under like 300 calories. So that's another alternative. Catch y'all at the next meal. Okay, so we are on to the second meal of the day. So this one's gonna be very simple. I'm gonna be making some tilapia, which if you didn't know, tilapia is one of like the best foods to cut with, because it has 100 calories per 22 grams of protein, so very good ratio there. So I'm pouring this lemon dill sauce that I use on the bottom so that it doesn't stick. I already got my oven preheating. I have rice in there. I use the minute rice. This is a very simple meal. It's literally, normally it'd be 3 things, but I'm out of frozen veggies right now, so I don't have any vegetables to put with this, but I just haven't had time to go to the store. So today it's just gonna be tilapia and rice, but I would definitely normally have some veggies with this. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more of this lemon dill sauce on top. So I don't use too much because I'll add too many calories, but just get a nice little drizzle going on top because this stuff makes it taste absolutely amazing. All right, so that is on. I'm going to throw this in the oven now. And it typically takes about 20 minutes, but I have a very like slow oven. So honestly, I wouldn't base your time when you're cooking this off that because it's just gonna be impossible to figure out. But I'm gonna throw it for 20 minutes, check it around then, and make sure it looks all good. But outside of that, this is like genuinely such a simple meal. I'm just gonna let the rice cook, which literally I don't have to do anything, just let it sit pretty much. And if I had frozen veggies, I would, or any veggies, I would cook those up too, but that's pretty much it. It's a very simple meal. And this will be very low calorie. I'll put the calories when I'm showing you like the final plate, but my guess is it's probably somewhere around 500. But y'all don't need to watch the oven cook, so I will catch y'all when it's done. Catch you there. Okay, so this is what the tilapia looks like. I got my rice here. I'm gonna throw some teriyaki sauce on the rice because I'm not just eating plain rice. It's kind of, not gross, but I just don't like it as much. So I'm gonna throw the macros somewhere at the bottom, and I will catch you all in the next one because I'm trying to watch this Bucks game. You can't tell I'm a Bucks fan, and this is the first round of playoffs. So let's go Bucks. Catch you all in the next one. Okay, so we are on to the next meal of this video. So I'm going to be making a steak with rice and broccoli on the side. Nice simple meal. So the first thing I'm going to do is get some butter for the pan. That looks like a good enough amount. So I'm gonna throw that on high just to get the butter melted. Now, next thing is, well, this butter and this knife. There, this can go away. So this is gonna be a nice, another pretty healthy, low-calorie meal. I'm gonna get the rice. Hopefully you can see that going now. Get that going on high. Got the lid for that steak. Next thing is, just wanna have some veggies with it. Obviously, gonna get the broccoli. Just pour however much you're feeling today. It's like, there's 2 cups. 2 cups of broccoli seems pretty good. So I'm going to fill this with some water and then steam the broccoli. So I'm gonna take that and throw it in the microwave. All right, now it looks like our butter is almost melted. Nope, not really. Okay, well, while I'm waiting for the butter to melt, I will speed this up and catch you in a second. Okay, so our butter is almost melted. I'm just gonna kind of move it around the pan quickly. Make sure the entire pan is kind of coated. All right, that's kind of enough. So I'm gonna turn the heat down to like somewhere between medium and high, probably about the middle, because I don't want the steak to burn. So I'm going to take this steak out. Also, if you're wondering how big this steak is, it says it's 0.84 pounds. So if I had to guess, it's probably like, I don't know how many ounces that is. I'd have to actually do that. Well, pound 16 ounces, so probably like 14 ounces or something. Maybe 13, I don't know. So if you're wondering, the butter is to help it not stick, obviously, plus it gives it some flavor. Then I'm gonna use this steak seasoning, and I honestly can't tell y'all what it actually is. I don't really know because my mom bought it for me as like a Christmas present a while back, so I don't really know what it is. So I'm going to let all this cook, and I can't tell you how long to cook the steak. To be honest, I don't even know. I just kind of guess it. But so I will catch y'all when all of this is done. Get you there. Okay, so we got the rice in a bowl. It's about half a cup of rice. I'm gonna have some teriyaki to go with that. I have the steak here. Hopefully you can see how well I cooked that. I think I did a pretty good job because I like it like medium rare-ish, somewhere in there. But I suck at cooking these, so it's about as close as I'm gonna get. Got the broccoli, and I got some Peter Luger sauce as the sauce. I'm going to enjoy this now, but I will leave the macros somewhere at the bottom down here. Catch you all the next one. Okay, so we are on to the next thing. We are making little pizzas. This was in my bulking video if you watched that. But once again, I just changed a couple things and it's a lot less calories. So I already toasted the bread because I'm gonna be honest, if you needed me to show you that, you should probably turn this video off and get your life in order because you should be able to toast bread. So I'm spreading the sauce right now. I already sprayed this olive oil spray on here just so that the bread doesn't stick while it's cooking. If you're wondering, I'm using the Prego bold and spicy sauce because it's pretty solid. I like it. Adds a little kick to it so it's not like as bland because I like spicy food. So I'm gonna rip my chicken, get it on. If you can see my Giants hat, I don't know if you can see it, but today is the first round of the NFL draft. I'm very excited. So, how many hours do I have to wait? Oh, that's not my clock anymore. Okay, so 4 hours. Also, while you're doing this, you can always preheat your oven like I am right now. My oven also takes forever to heat up, as I've said probably a couple of times. So that's why I cannot tell you how long to put this in for, but definitely preheat your oven, just make it cook faster, save you some time. And the ingredients for this are, the bread is 647 bread. I would recommend using that because if you're trying to cut, it's 40 calories for a slice. Like, it's very low calorie bread. The cheese I'm gonna throw on is fat-free mozzarella. So I go with fat-free just because it's a little lower in calories. The chicken was just pre-seasoned chicken I bought at the store. So that's just normal chicken. I already told you the Prego sauce. And then I'm just gonna throw some crushed red pepper on because, as I said, I like it spicy. Okay, so I'm gonna speed up this part because you don't need to sit here for the next couple minutes. Okay, that is in the oven. I will catch you when it's done. Okay, so this is what it looks like done. Did forget to mention that I'm making broccoli right now. I completely forgot to throw it in until right now, so you guys aren't gonna see that, but I'm gonna have some broccoli with this. And I also wanted to make sure I reiterated or said for the first time, can't remember if I've said this video, that you can just make a couple small changes. Like, I literally just changed the bread and the cheese in this, and it's a lot lower calorie. All right, so I'm gonna drop the macros at the bottom, and I'm gonna enjoy this. Catch y'all the next one. Okay, so we are on to the next meal. I have about half a cup of rice in here, a little more because the box was pretty much empty, so I just poured the rest in. So for this meal, we're gonna be making a stir fry. This was in my bulking video as well, but we're gonna make some changes. So in here, I'm getting some broccoli because I love broccoli, and we're gonna have broccoli in this. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is, in a second, I'm going to rip up the chicken and throw it in the pan on low, just to heat it up. But honestly, I'm really not gonna be doing anything, so I will cut back at the next step that is actually something important, because right now the rice is just cooking and y'all don't really need to watch that, so get you in a bit. Okay, so the rice is still cooking, but as you can see in the pan, I have the broccoli was done, so I put it in, and the chicken's in, and I have it on a really low heat just to kind of warm up the chicken and keep that warm while the rice is cooking. And I figured I'd go through all the ingredients quickly. So we obviously have the rice, broccoli, chicken. These are gonna be the two sauces. I have soy sauce and teriyaki sauce that I'm gonna pour in here. And then the only other thing I used was olive oil spray so it doesn't stick in the pan. But outside of that, I'll show you later, but I'll show you the sauce I'm gonna use that I absolutely love. It is a little high calorie, but it just makes everything so good. So I eat it, but yeah, I will catch y'all when the rice is done now. Okay, so the rice is done. So I'm going to put it in the pan now. And if you're wondering, I didn't actually measure the rice. As I said, I don't really measure things. I kind of measure it the first time and then eyeball it from there, so. Hot. So now I'm going to pour over the soy sauce, just a little bit. And then do the same thing with the teriyaki. And then, because everything in here is hot, you're really just cooking it till it's till it's all mixed together well. So, y'all don't really need to see me sit here and stir this, but yeah, I'm just gonna mix this together well. Probably leave it on for 3 to 5 minutes, somewhere in that range. Just mix it all together well, make sure it's all hot, and then get to enjoy it. All right, I will catch y'all when it's done. Okay, so this is what it looks like done. And then I have my sriracha mayo, and I'm going to drizzle this on top because this stuff just makes literally everything better. All right, so I'm gonna put the macros at the bottom and enjoy this while watching Pelicans Thunder game. Catch y'all at the next one. Okay, so we are on to the last meal of the video. So this is going to be protein French toast that I also made in my bulking video, but I make 2 changes and it is very low calorie. So As I said in the bulking video, I'll say here, this is a recipe that I got from, I found it through Jesse James West, but I believe it's like Greg Doucette's, his French toast recipe. So that's that, whatever, you know, but I make a couple changes to it or whatever. So I just saw, as you just saw, I put protein powder in. Now I'm gonna pour about half a cup of egg whites. Then we're gonna do half a cup of, I use it's Silk Protein Almond Milk because it's protein almond milk. I'll get, I think there's like 8 grams of protein per serving. So I'll probably get like 4 grams of protein, which, hey, it's something, you know, get more protein than the diet. So we're gonna dump that in this bowl, put this cup in the sink. Then the only other thing that's gonna go in that bowl is vanilla extract. You're gonna use a teaspoon. So that's in. Okay, leave this over here. So now I'm going to whisk this together. Okay, so as you know, I like to typically use olive oil spray, but I am out and in a rush because I've classed in a little bit. So I'm just gonna throw some butter in here just so it doesn't stick to the pan that much. So I'm gonna throw that in and let that melt. Then while that's melting, I'm gonna put my 3 sugar-free stevia packets. I use 3 just because I feel like it's enough to, you'll see what I use this for. It's like a little, it's a cinnamon and sugar mixture that we're gonna sprinkle on top of the French toast in the pan. And I just usually do that much and then eyeball the cinnamon, mix it together like that, and that is all done. That's a quick one, quick and easy. Okay, so butter is still melting, which is the one thing that's annoying because, as I said, normally I would use the olive oil spray, but I ran out this morning making my breakfast, so is what it is. The only other things that are gonna go is going to be 647 white bread. I've told you all about it. It is absolutely goated. And then I use Kerry sugar-free syrup because it's 5 calories per serving. So like you're able to use syrup, and I'm a big syrup person, and like I'm adding literally almost no calories. I can use 10 servings, I'm still only at 50 calories. So I'm gonna try and get the clumps out of this one more because you really just want to get the clumps from the protein powder out. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this, I have it on high, I'm gonna turn it down to low because I want the French toast to evenly cook. So I'm gonna take out, I do 4 slices of bread because that allows this to be an extremely filling meal. And if you don't want to do 4, you obviously don't have to. You can make as much or as little as you want, but the other thing is I can't fit any more than 4 slices of bread in that pan. So 4 is all I'm allowed to do. Mix this one last time just to make sure you kind of get all the clumps. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is put the bread in. You're gonna flip it a couple times. Make sure you really get it soaking in this. And then take that, put it in the pan. And then I'm going to repeat and do that for all 4, so I'll speed this up for y'all. Okay, so there is a little bit left over in there, but I can't fit any more in here. So what we do now is we're gonna take this, I'm gonna put this on like a medium heat. I'm gonna go probably closer to like 6 or 7 today just because I'm in a little bit of a hurry. But then I'm just gonna sprinkle it on the cinnamon sugar mix. Make sure you get it on all 4, and then when you flip it, you're also gonna do the same thing over there. So you can get it on both sides of it. Okay, so now this is gonna cook, so I will cut back when this is done because y'all need to watch it cook. Catch you there. Okay, so this is our finished plate. Also, mix your syrup in with the cinnamon and sugar. It is so good. And heat up your syrup. If you're not heating your syrup, you're doing something wrong. All right, so I'm gonna drop the macros at the bottom down here. And just know that you're probably gonna end up eating less calories than that actually says. Because like some of the batter, like I just poured down the sink because it was just left over. So, all right, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, send this to anyone you know who eats food, and catch y'all next Sunday at 5 p.m. Catch you there.